Hello, everyone, for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter, and we are back with Bill Goldberg. If you remember, about a year ago, we ran a whole series. Yeah, we ran a whole series of Ask Bill Goldberg, and very well received.
Yeah, they got a lot of play online. I saw that.
Yes,
everybody wants to know why I left the WWE. All they got to do is look at the video you shot of me.
Absolutely. And you want to tell people again why you left the WWE to refresh their memories?
It takes way too long. But, I'd say that after I left the ring one night and I was the champion and I grabbed a kid out of the audience, put him on my shoulder, saw the excitement in his eyes. He grabbed the belt. Then I went backstage, and I saw on Rosie's shirt, it said SHIT, Superhero in Training. And I said, that's it.
We're a PG site, so I'm glad.
I said, that's enough for me, because the reality is what got me into wrestling was sitting at home with my grandmother every Saturday night at 10:30 watches the Texas Championship Wrestling.
I was going to say, who did you watch?
The Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Brody. Well, obviously, Brody was my favorite.
Of course.
Tony Atlas, Putski, those guys.
You probably could have done a hell of a claw hold, speaking about the Von Erichs.
Yeah, I would have kept me in one place for too long. You know me. I would have gassed out or something. But
now, your son is how old now?
My son's 5. And he's already taken Muay Thai for the past 6 months. So
now, does he watch? Do you sit down and watch wrestling with him at all?
No.
Okay.
I won't let him watch it really. He's 5 years old, and I think he's kind of stuck on SpongeBob and stuff like that right now. The superheroes and all kind of stuff, and I don't think wrestling. I'm not going to turn him away from it by any stretch of the imagination. If it's something that I deem cool for him to watch, then he can do whatever he wants.
Okay. What do you miss anything about the business?
Yeah, I miss the fans.
Yeah.
I miss the fans truly. The reality.
Let's hear it. For Bill Goldberg.
The reality is that the best thing that I got from the wrestling business was to be able to connect with so many people.
Right.
Obviously, hey, the money's great, no doubt about it. The exposure's wonderful, but at the end of the day, if you're a person that really wants to make a difference, being with the people is what it's all about.
Sure.
So, I'm on this planet to try to make a positive difference, and to be able to interact with people like this, it's wonderful for me.
And you always have had a positive influence on everyone, including, as you know, my son, who still
Brandon.
Yeah, still Brandberg, still idolizes you. Let's catch up real quickly on what you're doing today, where people can see you on TV and other outlets.
Jesus, just about every cable channel. Sundays on DIY, Garage Mahal, one of my passions, automobiles and renovating people's garages, which is a really cool deal.
I'm going to give him my address. We need that done at home.
Yeah, no question. And then I just signed on again as an MMA commentator with a place called Shark Fights,
right?
A company out of Texas. That's on Fuel TV. And then on Speed, I host a show called the Optima Ultimate Streetcar Invitational.
Right.
And actually, right now, the coolest thing that's going on for me is I'm building a 200-mile-an-hour 1970 Pontiac Trans Am for my wife to race.
Wow. Your wife races?
My wife, yeah, ex-stunt woman.
Wow.
And it's a very long story, but I had a car that I bought for her years ago, got it restored. We never even started the car. It was a car that was... It's a Pebble Beach kind of Concours d'Elegance car. You don't drive the thing.
Yeah.
So for a woman that is an ex-stunt woman, what better gift than to give her a race car?
Yeah, really. So you married someone as daring as you.
I married someone more daring than myself.
That's incredible. I didn't know that existed.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
I met her on a movie I did up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Santa's Sleigh, years ago, and she's awesome. She's just, I met her, and like 3 months later, we got married. So
Wanda,
yeah,
right.
she's the best.
So the last question, I'm going to ask one of the fans here, who was your favorite Goldberg opponent? We're here at opponent, not you, one of the fans.
Hogan.
All right, so we're going to go back in time right now. We're going to make like it's the day of the match. Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan. This is Bill Apter in the dressing room before the match in 30 minutes. It's you, Goldberg, against Hulk Hogan. Look out at the camera and tell us what you're going to do.
You know what? I'm going to look at the camera and tell you exactly what Hogan told me. I walked up to Hogan, and, this is a guy 6 months into the business, myself, obviously. And I was at the point where I would do anything anybody told me to do because all I was a sponge. I wanted to learn. And,
Sure.
and I, felt guilty about being in the position I was in because I hadn't been there for years. And to whatever. So I go up to Hogan and I said, well, what are we doing for the match? And he says, don't worry, brother. We'll call it in the ring. For a guy like myself, in front of 42,000 people in the Georgia Dome, which is my backyard,
to call it in the ring?
I'd have problems doing that at the end of my career, let alone at the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was flabbergasted, to say the least. I mean, it was a really weird spot. I mean, first of all, I had to go out there and deal with the mess we call Scott Hall.
Scott Hall.
I had to deal with a match with him. And then after that, I had to deal with Hogan, and we literally did it in the ring. So,
wow. So I guess what I'm looking to do is we're going back in time.
I know you are, but you want me to be that guy.
You
man.
want to be that guy for that?
I was so nervous. I don't know what I was doing.
Wow.
I mean, literally. Wow. It all started with. I'm not going to give you that wrestling promo. You know that. It all started with me sitting watching Thunder on Thursday night and seeing J.J. Dillon say to the people that there's going to be a match on Monday for the World Heavyweight Championship with Goldberg and Hogan, and that's the first I had heard of it.
Wow, unbelievable.
So yeah, that's a backstory. It's not what you wanted, but that's what
no. That's actually better than what I wanted. Who's next?
That food right over there is next,
okay.
And actually, you're going to be next if I don't get to eat it.
Bill Apter with Bill Goldberg, and let me have that camera for a second. We want to show you who's been shooting this here at Wizard World. What's your name?
Mixmaster B.
Thank you, Mixmaster B, and we will see you at the matches. See, I can do that.